Two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
It's wild that we're going to be talking about The Simpsons again pretty soon. That seems like it was years ago that this podcast involved The Simpsons.
Right? And it hasn't even been too terribly long.
When do you think?
Like April?
No shit. Really? Yeah, you're right, though.
That's not nothing. That's 6 months.
But you're right. The winter was in the rearview mirror when we caught up to The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, it feels like it was a year and a half ago.
Are you ready? Are you ready to go back?
I'm not opposed to it.
Good.
Yeah. Like,
you just take a staunch, nope, not happening. I'm not going back.
And I don't want to go back to this format that we're doing now. I want to just pivot to another show and not even address it. Let's just talk about what we watched last night.
What did we watch last night is probably not a good format for a show. Like,
neither of us have a clue what the other's watching.
I watched an hour and a half of people falling down on skateboards.
Yet another Boss Rutan fight compilation.
Hey, that's fun. Yeah. I like a Boss Rutan.
That I bet I have watched 150 times, like that highlight compilation of his self-defense bouncer defense video.
Hell yeah.
Ding dong, big mistake. Showing you how to legit murder people in a bar.
Boss Rutan is fun. Yeah. He's like a fun personality.
What nationality is he? Boss, B-A-S, is an interesting first name.
Oh, I'm not sure, I guess.
Dutch or Danish or something.
Belgian, maybe. Yeah. I think he might be Belgian.
Some fun country.
He's a murderer.
Yeah.
He's a killer. You ever see that fight of his? I forget who it was, but like he's big on liver shots. He's big on hit him in the fucking liver because it makes your body shut down if you hit it hard enough. Yeah. And like, there's one, he fucking punches this dude square in the liver, and that dude just like goes stiff. He looked like one of them fainting goats that that freeze solid and tip over. It's so unnerving to watch because you're like, that's a human being.
Yeah, that's wild. That the power button for the human body is in the abdomen.
Yep.
I know Joe Frazier, that was his go-to, was body shot knockouts with a left hook. And George Foreman talked about getting hit so hard from him, like it didn't hurt. He just had this weird sensation, and it dawned on him, oh, I'm dying. He's punching my inside so hard that it's killing me.
that they're shutting down.
Talk about not feeling right weeks afterwards.
Oof.
Boxing ain't good for you.
No, I don't think it is.
Well, George Foreman's got to be into his 70s, and he seems to be doing okay. He's like the only one.
I was about to say he's not the rule. Yeah. He's the exception for sure.
Jake LaMotta somehow lived, I think, almost to 90, if not in his early 90s. And he's the guy from Raging Bull that his whole thing is he couldn't be knocked out. He could take undescribable punishment. And then
like Homer in that
episode. Or any pro wrestler from the Islands. If you headbutt them, they just knock their head and the crowd goes nuts because it doesn't hurt them.
Yeah. I like the train of thought or the school of thought that bare knuckle boxing is safer. There's bare knuckle leagues, I know, especially over in Great Britain, where it's I know Ken Shamrock is a big supporter of that. If you do it bare knuckle, you can't hit the guy with everything you've got because you'll shatter your entire hand.
Yeah.
And you're more likely to cause cuts that get the fight stopped.
Yeah, it's
rather than just hit them with a pillow tied to the end of a Max truck for an hour and a half. That's how you get the brain damage.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know that I'm 100% behind that science, but I can believe that. I can see that.
I don't dismiss it.
If you told me that a knife fight will get stopped by the ref quicker than a hammer fight, I would believe you. So,
like, what would you rather?
Makes sense.
Would you rather get slapped in the face with a 2x4 twice, or a 2x4 with 2 hockey gloves taped to it 75 times?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do either.
I don't. Yes, I would prefer to do neither of those, but like. But it is counterintuitive. Like, hey, you want to make boxing safer? Take the gloves off.
We need to do that whole thing in your front driveway like a Mythbusters. we got a 2x4 duct tape to a log splitter, just spinning way too fast. Okay, lower your head in.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Bang.
You don't move. I just put a tarp on you. Come back the next morning. You're finally waking up. And this one, I taped the gloves to it. You're going to have to take about 20 of these. The things I do for science.
I don't want to be a scientist anymore, Nathan.
Think of the data.
Neighbors' kids are in their driveway just crying.
Or the teenagers are like high-fiving and taping it with their phones.
Can you get on World Star if you're fighting a log splitter? I don't know.
That thing's just puking out black smoke. Loud as shit.
Running real rich.
Yeah. I haven't cleaned the carbs on this thing since I bought it at that auction sale.
I also am not functioning great.
Lucky for us, it even started, right, Marlon?
Oh, thank God. Thank God it started. Oh, here's hoping it could go all day. Drooling.
I got all of our data's written down on a clipboard. The paper flies off in the wind.
Well, from the top, Marlon.
Should have put a rock on that.
No.
You kind of hit a sweet spot in the middle where you're so concussed you don't even care. Okay, batter up.
Okay, here we go.
Take one for the team.
Make sure you take the lens cap off the camera this time. Boom!
Holy shit, he didn't even drop to a knee.
Spitting teeth. We should have got him a mouth guard.
Yeah. We get you a mouth guard when it's way past the point of rescue.
Got 4 teeth left. Oh, we better get you a mouth. We better baby them that are still with you.
Those are your steak eating teeth now.
Oh, shit.
Boy, I was just at the dentist and I had a very humbling thing happen where they told me I have a tooth that's probably going to go tits up pretty soon. And they first led with, you can just pull it. Or you could spend some money and save it. But they almost mentioned that as an afterthought. They just took
They mentioned
one.
it second, very, very specifically.
Like, if you win a scratch-off ticket, maybe we can save this tooth. There's no way a man looking like you can muster up $1,800.
Oof. That's a lot of money for a tooth.
Yeah, you got so many of them.
How many would you have to be down to before you would scrounge $1,800 for a tooth?
Man, I bet I've stuck $6,000 into my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where they get you. Because it's like, I've already spent this money. I may as well keep spending money and keep the teeth I have. Like,
it's the sunk cost fallacy. I've already spent this much. I may as well stay in it.
Yeah. You got all your teeth?
Oh, yeah. I got extras. I got my wisdom teeth still in my face.
Oh, no shit. Anyone ever told you to pull them, or are they just like, whoa?
Nope. I've never been advised to pull them. I remember when they first came in, they're like, it's tight, but there's room. You're good. So I got fucking bonus teeth.
Yeah. I only was born with 3. And the dentist, it was the hygienist lady, she mentioned something interesting, that even in the last like 50 years or so, they've noticed like the youngest generation is having fewer wisdom teeth, and they think it's just something evolution will eventually rid of.
I mean, you would hope so. That's not like they serve a purpose. I don't know what they're even for.
And like humans are getting smaller jaws and mouths as our diets get softer.
Oh, sure.
It's like, that's interesting. Yeah, like we're not having to tear through buffalo hide with our teeth anymore.
Not having to fight off wolves with teeth.
Lying a Papa's chair eating Sour Patch Kids.
Don't need nearly as sharp a teeth for as Papa's on.
No limb touching the ground, just fat body filling it up like a cup of minestrone. Your mom comes and pushes against your chin to help you chew. There, little one.
All 4 limbs draped out the sides like a stripper in a martini glass. Just, oh, yeah. We're living. All this in the front yard.
I love these Swedish fish, but they're so chewy. Someone help me masticate. Got a mug of hot water that you're steeping them in like tea to soften them up a little for you. Trying to think what besides steak, I don't eat a lot that's a real workout. I ain't eating Milk Duds. Like, God, Milk Duds will exhaust your face.
Oh yeah, Milk Dud will pull teeth for you. If you got a tooth that needs pulled, just eat enough Milk Duds. It'll come out. Like, you can build a sweat up eating Milk Duds.
You're working weird face muscles when you eat Milk Duds.
A lot of caloric. You can work at a caloric deficit if you eat enough Milk Duds.
That's what changes the American body. They figure out that Milk Duds are good for you.
Yeah, because you burn so much eating them.
It's the new celery. Holy, a big trough of Milk Duds with those produce bags and a scale by it.
Oh my God, I just felt my dick move.
Yeah, I like Milk Duds.
I think they're perfectly fine, but there's something about buying them in a bag by the pound that really spoke to me.
You're reaching an age where I think you can confidently go into a Nodak or a Fleet Farm and just buy bags of candy that get weighed out. I think you should embrace that.
I didn't know they had those there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fleet Farm, brother. There is a mountain of different candies with the big scoops. You just scoop however much you want, fill that bag.
Boy, I wish you hadn't told me that.
Gonna have those pecan clusters, just so much chocolate you can't see.
Come home with a pickup box trailer full of goobers.
He just threw a wool blanket over him. It's raining heavy. It's like, that ain't good enough. Holy shit. Getting a tonneau cover on your truck and telling the guy installing it that it's for your candy.
Haven't seen Marlon at open mic much for the past couple weeks. Wonder where he's at. Oh, you didn't hear? He bought an entire pickup box full of turtles and went blind.
Yeah, last year I lost $1,800 in jujubes on that late spring storm. I can't have that happen again.
Oh man.
So after the rain and it hits the sun, you have one 1,800-pound jujube. You got it rested on sawhorses in your front yard.
Yeah, you gotta come out and go at it every so often with a circular saw. That's how you're getting it off of there.
Like you're eating at a fancy Brazilian beef place like Fogo de Chao. Fresh shaved jujube.
Yeah, a wood planer. You're just going down the length of it.
Just pointing out the marbling. 14-ounce jujube filet for dinner.
You'll see this streak here. That's where I got some gravel dust when I had to take that detour on the way home. It's got geological qualities to it.
The scoop is somehow when I got a little hog wild there. I abandoned the scoop and was just hiking it between my legs like a center in football.
The scoop is in there like a fossil, like the mosquito in the amber in Jurassic Park. Oh shit! Yeah, I ain't been to a place that does like candy by the pound in a long damn time.
Not you peppermint disc man?
I fucking love peppermint discs.
I thought you did. And like, I'm the guy, if I'm at a restaurant and they offer, I'm like, ooh, peppermint disc, but I've never purchased them, if that makes sense.
Oh man, I purchase them with some amount of regularity. Like, get a bag full of them and just every time you walk past the kitchen, get a peppermint.
3 little claps. Clap, clap, clap.
Like I've said before, then what you do is you put one in your cup of hot coffee. You get a little sugar in there. You get a little peppermint flavor.
That is not a bad idea.
That's fucking living, baby.
Every time before you grab it, you have the mental thought, have I been a good boy today? And if the answer is yes, you get a peppermint.
Spoiler alert, it's always yes.
You're grading on a curve.
I could quarter a hobo and then give myself a peppermint disc.
I looked in his eyes. He wanted to die. Angels of Mercy. How about butterscotch discs?
Yeah, take or leave. I'm not. If you give me one, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna throw it on the ground, but I ain't gonna pay for it.
I kind of feel that you're posing if you're childless. Like you've had to sired at least one kid to enjoy a butterscotch disc.
I don't think they'll sell them to you without it. I think you got to bring a birth certificate.
They're probably sketchy if you buy them and don't have at least one grandchild.
Yeah, yep.
Maybe if you have one kid of your own, though, he's starting young. And they'll let you have some butterscotch discs. I would say my grandfather consumed a dozen butterscotch discs a day. Many a time I saw that guy chase a butterscotch disc with just pouring Rolaids right out of the big bottle in his mouth while driving.
Those are also kind of candy shaped. Yep. Like he's consistent.
Yeah. Man, if that guy's digestive issues are familial, I am in trouble.
Mixing yourself a Malox and gin.
Yeah. He once told me about I was with him. We're going to some auction sale or something, and he told me the story about being in a diner that had the best hot beef with the mashed potatoes and the stuffing and the gravy. Like, it was so damn good. But then I tell you, I seized up and I spit that whole goddamn meal right back up on the plate. Like, what?
Jesus.
I was like, what'd you do? I threw some money down and I left. How confused was that waitress?
Oh, God, that's pretty vile.
Mountain of regurgitated and a $10 bill, no explanation, no quick note. My bad.
That old man just baby bird that roast beef?
To what end?
Why would he do this? Did I say something wrong? She takes it really personally.
It's like a display of strength.
Yeah, it's dominance.
How did you have been sitting next to him?
Oh, God. Look over. What the fuck?
And he ain't running. That man probably hadn't ran the last 40 years. Just gets up and swiftly walks out, jumps in an old 2-wheel drive Ford pickup and peels out of there.
Man, that's a shame. Hot beef is good.
Yeah. Yeah, hot beef on its worst days still a usually pretty solid option.
Yeah, hot beef also is an old man food.
Yeah.
That is a grandpa's lunch at the auction house.
Yeah. I'll just as easily fuck with a hot turkey.
Oh, I don't. It's not. I'm taking beef.
Oh, really?
All the fucking time. I could take or leave turkey. I think turkey is a lesser meat.
Oh, really? Sandwich form, I love it. Like a big slab of turkey breast don't do a lot for me, but in a sandwich, and like that lighter colored gravy, I like that a lot too.
Yeah, I like it's, I'll eat it, but man, it is near the bottom, if not the bottom of like the deli meat section.
What is that gravy called? That ain't turkey gravy. Is it chicken gravy? Like the lighter colored gravy.
You'll usually hear it called chicken gravy, but it can be turkey gravy. It's really just based on, which bird drippings did you make the fucking gravy out of? But 9 times out of 10, I think colloquially you're gonna hear it called chicken gravy.
Yeah. God damn it. I mean, clearly by my build, you know this, but I'm a big fan of gravy.
We all are.
God, like the sausage gravy you get for breakfast sometime. Good God. It's a food when done right is terrific, but sometimes you will often get mid at best is a chicken fried steak. Boy, I've had some bad chicken fried steaks.
It's like almost never worth the gamble. I think even the best chicken fried steak is not that high up my list of things I want to eat. It's good.
The right one is one of my favorite meals, but there's so rarely. I've had so many bad ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's easy to disguise like shitty meat. It's a thing that's hard to fuck up,
What I think often you just get such horseshit breading sometimes.
Sure.
Boy, this has been a fat talk so far.
I mean, we talked about boxing
and head injuries.
A little bit there. That's a sport. Yeah, and concussions. Have you eaten lunch yet? Is that it?
Maybe that's it. Yeah, I'm just fantasizing about gravy. Nathan, you're sweating more than usual. What's wrong?
Look at the gravy sweats.
So good.
Need the gravy. Somebody bring me my gravy ladle.
More potatoes.
You just tip back a gravy boat.
That mostly went in my eyes.
I can't see what's in that water bottle you're drinking out of because it's opaque. It's full of gravy, and I don't know it.
Holy shit!
Pulling it up through that straw.
I'm a gentleman. It's broth. 40 ounces of bone broth every day.
I mean, that's not broth is good for you. Keeps you hydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, people are turning the corner on what the preconceived notions of what animal squeezins will do to you. People are buying lard again.
Animal squeezins.
Everyone's realizing all those seed oils are horse trash, so now everyone's getting back into the lard game.
Yeah.
Lard
back
sales.
to basics.
Yeah. Cash out your 401k and invest in lard. What are you throwing away that bacon fat like an asshole? Save it.
Man, I can't shake the idea of just walking around with a big Yeti mug full of hot brown gravy. Just hot beef gravy.
Yeah, just sucking it out of your mustache after every drink.
Just taking pulls out of that fucking thing.
Ooh, that's hot.
I've got the big Yetis, too. I've got those big 32-ounce Yetis just full of hot gravy.
You're just sitting next to someone on the bus, but you're just doing a lot of detecting. Boy, that smells rich.
I was gonna praise him for the amount of water he's drinking, but I don't
It's radiating a lot of heat. I don't think it's coffee.
It's got a tang. You can smell the tang.
Look at the way he's smiling. This is gravy.
No one's smiled at water like that.
I think it came out like in 1970, a book called Ball 4. That name ring a bell to you at all? I don't know why.
No.
It at the time, I guess it was huge because it was like the first time a baseball player wrote in depth about like the real way those guys live off the field, you know, like talking about like drug use, like the legal drug use, how there was always amphetamines in the fucking locker room provided by the
bowl
team.
Of greenies.
Yeah. And how much they drank and how much guys fucked around on their wives. So like he got blackballed from baseball, but the whole thing, he was just giving, like, he was basically writing a diary of his 1 year trying to make a comeback, because he'd been like rookie of the year level good with the Yankees as a pitcher, had like 3 or 4 great years, blew his arm out, and then spent like the next 6 years trying to get back. And then he tried to make it as a knuckleballer for the Seattle Pilots, which I think legit existed 1 year. I think they became the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a while. Like, what the fuck happened in that 1 year where they're like, nope, can't do this.
Nope, we can't have it.
Like, what a fucking, having a Seattle Pilots hat would be a pretty dope choice to make.
Can you imagine looking around at something and being like, you know what would be better than this? Living in Wisconsin.
You know where the real money is? Wisconsin. I mean, I guess to their credit, 50 odd years later, the Brewers are still there.
Yeah. Well, Brewers, Wisconsin has so little that they really appreciate what that's, you know, Packers fans, Brewers fans, those are passionate fucking fan bases. Bucks fans.
I've always liked the looks of Brewers shit. Like blue and gold and white or whatever their color scheme is.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't know. I like their logo, the mitt that is an M and a B. Okay, I get it. Yeah,
and when I say I like their look, I like their vintage look. I don't even know what their new shit looks like, but when they wear their throwbacks, I like the look of their outfit.
Who's got the mascot again? Bob the Brewer, Bill
Benny
Brewer.
Benny Brewer, and he goes down that curly slide into a giant mug of beer if they hit a home run. That's a nice touch.
Wisconsin celebrates their alcoholism.
Yeah. Which I always assumed that was just something that Minnesotans lied to make fun of them about. From what I hear, it is a cultural thing. Like,
oh no, Wisconsin is like the #1 drinking state.
Yeah, which it's so wild. Like, why would crossing this border make a difference? But it does. Like,
yeah.
Like I have a buddy that has to travel there for work, and he always talks about the secretary who's a happily married mother of 3, 57 years old. Hey, let's all go out for dinner and drink. So everyone from out of town's here. Let's make it evening of it. She will drink 13 beers and fucking, side swipe 2 cars leaving the parking lot and no one even bats an eye. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why are we letting this happen? It's like, well, we're all going to do it.
Oh, that's just Gladys. That's just how she does.
Her car knows how to find its way home. Don't worry about Gladys.
It is Tuesday. What is Gladys doing?
The sun's still up.
Like, not that we ought to talk. Fucking North Dakota's in the top 5 too. I think North Dakota's #2 behind Wisconsin. If that seems right.
I think that adds up. Minnesota's right. It's all the upper Midwest central states are the roughest.
It's all
ones.
The cold states.
Yeah.
Cold states are the drinking states.
You have 5 months where you're stuck inside. You know where the heat and the lights are always on? Your local bar.
At the bar. And like those states also pretty fucking rural for the most part. You know what? Yeah. No, like small towns will have nothing, but they'll have a bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What else are you going to do? God, speaking of getting drunk while the sun's still up, it was my birthday last week. I think we discussed that. Ended up going to the King of Diamonds Gentlemen's Club at 3:45 p.m.
Oh my God, that's so early in the day.
$2 tap beers. we started pregame, and I think I had 7 Hamses down the gullet by 3:30 and drove our way there. And my God, if you want to feel better about yourself, go to a strip club at 4 p.m.
I have been to that strip club at 4 or 5 p.m. So
the average age, you take us out of the equation, the 3 of us, the average age there had to have been 65. Not one woman. I mean, it's a strip club, but usually there's some, like a group of, I forget, it's too early for that. No one, there's no party. It's just all men alone. There are 17 men in that parking lot, or in that bar, and there's 17 cars in the parking lot. God,
I bet no stripper making money. I'm sure all of those dudes are just there to pound $2 beards.
No, there were men getting danced. You could tell, like, that's when some of the regulars must come in.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because and like they have like a VIP area, but then there's also like a slop trough where they'll just dump you on a couch and just rub themselves upon you.
I bet they don't call it the slop trough.
Because there was one older gentleman who was in there for had to have been an hour, and his facial expression never changed. He always looked like he was slightly in pain. He was just like leaned into a corner, like just kind of like mouth agape, but like kind of eyes angered, like crossed. Like it was like, what is happening to him?
Sir, what emotion is this?
How much money did you give these women? Like, what? Not enough or too much? This doesn't seem normal.
I've only been there the once, but I had fun the one time I was there. That's a fun strip club.
A fun time. I have noticed that now, you know, inflation affects everything. If you're on the rail, you tip $2 at a time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the days of $1 are gone. I mean, we sat on the rail the whole time, and I think I saw, I don't know, 25 different men come up. One tipped $1. Everyone else tipped $2.
Huh.
I was like, that's interesting. You know, it had to have happened. Yeah. It was probably overdue. I know some strip clubs, if you ask for change, it's $2 bills.
Huh. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a strip club in like rural Minnesota that I always try to like get a comedy show booked at, but they never seem to want to do it. They'll always on like their Instagram feed show like the owner or the manager coming back from the bank holding up like $2,000 in $2 bills, like just huge blocks of $2 bills. Like, tonight's the night, boys. Like, bring your money. We'll get you set up. Like,
strip clubs got to be keeping the $2 bill industry alive.
Yeah, strip clubs and like great aunts and uncles that want to throw their great niece a curveball in the birthday card.
Every grandpa has like a wad of $2 bills stuffed somewhere in one of his drawers, or maybe he's got a box for it. And there's also 50-cent pieces and Eisenhower dollars in there. Endless,
ankle deep in wheat pennies.
Yep. Old men love oddball currency. Yeah. It's their favorite thing.
I think I've discussed it before, but when I was in my early 20s, I worked at a liquor store in my hometown, and the same guy came in for every night, bought like a handful of like little shooters, and he always paid with $2 bills. And I started looking at the years. It's like, these are like from the 40s. Like I would cash them out, put like a $10 bill in, and take the twos back, you know. And I'm like, because my dad collects dumb money, so I would trade him. But I was like, it dawns on me, this dude inherited his grandpa's $2 bill collection, and he's spending it on 99 Bananas shooters.
Oh, boy.
That he's drinking in his car in the parking lot in front of his trailer house. So he can face his family.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
99 Bananas is a fucking tough one to be doing it with, too.
Yeah.
It is so creamy.
Yeah. And like the name says, it packs a punch, dude. 99 Bananas will get you there.
Oh, yeah, for
by
sure.
By there, I mean a felony.
Like, I banana is my favorite Laffy Taffy flavor, but I don't want it to also be poison.
Yeah. What are the other 99 family members?
I think there's an orange, and I think there's a watermelon, maybe.
Yeah. And then one of the other schnapps companies that's like 100, hot 100, blue 100.
Sure.
I don't know. There's a couple root 100 for the root beer schnapps. They have 100 proof root beer schnapps.
That's probably Phillips, isn't it?
Yep.
That does, because it does all the rest of them. It's the same kind. Like hot 100 is hot damn 100.
Yep. And hot damn is a Phillips product.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
I like how there's warring schnapps companies, like trying to get that valuable teenage dollar.
Dearest Margaret, I begin to fear I may never come home from the schnapps wars. We lost another battalion in the blackberry brandies.
Because one of them had Pucker. I think that might have been Phillips. And then another one had Sourpuss.
Sourpuss was another sour one,
Yeah, there were multiple flavors of each, too.
What is the other brand? Is it De Kuyper?
Oh, God damn it. Good pull. Holy
Why
fuck.
would I know that?
I haven't thought of De Kuyper. I could picture the logo, though, like a little oval-shaped logo with De Kuyper in it. Yeah.
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 Oh, damn it. Why? What day is my car insurance bill due, Nathan? Couldn't tell you.
Do I have dental
Phillips
insurance?
And De Kuyper. I do not. I know Phillips and De Kuyper are the two main families in the schnapps Game of Thrones.
You want to get Gucci, you can get a little Dr. McGillicuddy. There's some boutique ones out there, but...
Yeah, Dr. McGillicuddy's is, I think you're putting on airs.
Yeah.
Drink fucking Phillips like the rest of us.
Holy shit. If I smell Peachtree schnapps, I immediately go back to 1995. It's like, it's eerie how much that smell makes me think of being a drunkenly sick teenager.
Oh man, for me it's the root beer schnapps, because like, especially like deep into high school, 2002, 2003, that was the time of like, oh, we're doing root beer barrels, so crack a beer, drink half of it, and then top it off with fucking root beer schnapps.
Oh, that's how you guys
on
would
that bad boy.
Oh, okay. We did the real, like, kind of like how you do a Boilermaker, where you pour your can of beer into a red Solo cup and then drop a shot of root beer schnapps. And then tip it back and chip your fucking teeth as that shot glass hits it, going down that fucking beer chute.
We did most of it while driving around, so that wasn't conducive.
Where there's a will, there's a way. We used to bong beers out of a moving vehicle. I met a car once while bonging a beer while driving.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was driving and had the hose in my mouth. My buddy out the back window had it held up for the gravity. But what a thing to witness. Broad daylight after school.
There's people who listen to this that grew up in cities who are just... who have no idea the way we operated back then out in the sticks.
You just drink a beer with your hands like an asshole?
No, you got to drink it in 1.4 seconds with the force of gravity and your buddy standing in the back of the pickup.
Your heart has to stop for a good second because of how cold it is.
Oh, shit.
For a brief moment, you will have brain damage.
No, for the rest of your life, you'll have brain damage.
But it was pretty cool when it happened.
Oh, shit.
You bonged a beer in the last 10 years.
That puts us at 2013. Absolutely not.
Yeah, fuck yeah, me. I'm lamenting it. Like, I should have. Man, you were in your mid 30s 10 years ago. That's not something you should be doing at that age.
I bet I haven't like bonged a beer or shotgunned a beer, done any manner of like college party drinking since 2004.
Yeah, God, that might have been it for me too. 04, 05. Nah, 2010, I remember shotgunning beers in someone's front yard.
It's not fun. It makes a mess. It's not like I even back in 2004, I'd have been fucking 19, 20 years old, and I was already past a point of like, no, we can just drink this. Like, we can just sit around and have fun.
Why does everything have to be silly? Why are we always being silly?
Exactly. It's like I've told you before, like as a kid, I was kind of a serious child. Like, enough horseplay there, fellas. Like, saying that on the playground.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been like this.
Yeah. Either ride the merry-go-round or get off.
Like, oh, let's play this game. Oh, you drew a queen. You got a shotgun of beer and slap the person to your left. No, I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna enjoy this one.
Yeah, you guys have fun though.
I'm just gonna. You guys just a group of people. 12 people crowded around a 4-person card table playing drinking games, and then me in the living room just quietly watching the local news drinking a beer. That's what partying was like for me.
Hey Marlon, Kayla drew an 8. You got to take your shirt off. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm not playing the game. Also, why? What?
I'm not. Why am I supposed to disrobe?
Yeah, I was never much of a drinking game boy, or much of any silly shit. I don't why do we have to do this?
You don't like you don't like spectacle. You don't want something to make a big mess.
No, we can just sit. How about we talk?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? Get real deep right away.
I think that you do drinking games so you get drunk enough that you can have those conversations and not feel self-conscious.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If I shotgun 3 or 4 more beers, I could talk about my damaged relationship with my grandmother.
Oh, shit. I thought some drinking games were going to get busted out the other night. I went down to the cities to have a little birthday party at Casa de Nathan, and I half expected because you got some drinking games people there in that house.
Yeah, it stayed pretty mature. Everyone.
It was my kind of party for sure.
Yeah. I was right away. I was like, I wouldn't mind having a real rager. And then I was like, you know what? We gotta clean it up. We got fucking shit spilled everywhere. It's like, this is my speed.
It's different when it's in your own home. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, no.
I can't just dip. This is where I dip to.
You can't spill half a bottle of blackberry brandy down into the AC vents and just walk it off like it never happened.
Yeah. And last night, at probably 2 a.m, which shows the quality of life I'm living, made a Taco Bell run.
Attaboy.
Got home late from comedy, hadn't eaten hot food in a while. I'm like, God damn it, this is the only option. So I went and did it. Ate my tacos in the parking lot like a real piece of shit.
You always pull out. You go through the drive-thru just to loop around, park in the parking lot of the establishment, and eat your food.
Listen to Coast AM. I was having a good time.
No, I'm not judging. I'm sure you did have fun, but that's not a move I have ever pulled.
Eating tacos and clapping, listening to a lot of the radio. But as I was leaving, driving home, it's probably like a 12-minute drive for me, so it's not like down the street. I'm in a residential neighborhood. It is now 2:40 a.m. There is I wouldn't even call it a house party. They had rented tents. It was in someone's backyard. They had a fucking stage. There was a dude rapping with a DJ. There were 150 people raging in this backyard, and there had porta potties. They rented porta potties for their house party. Like,
Jesus.
Like, I guess maybe it was like a wedding reception. Like what? Like, I was so, or they just know how to come correct and know how to have a party. You know? Like,
yeah, they could just be a party. They just might know how to do it.
but that was like, what could? And I was like, God damn it! Everyone's smiling, having a good time. I was like, this looks like fun. If I were to walk in there, they would assume I was a fucking cop so quickly. Like, me showing up alone, like, hey neighbors,
hey guys, who's got the shots?
Yeah. So just me sitting at a red light, wistfully looking in their yard, like, oh, this looks fun.
Somewhere out there. You walk in there, fucking Taco Bell in your beard.
Yeah.
Can I party with you guys?
Covered, shredded lettuce. Ain't that kind of party, pal.
Like Taco Bell.
They just give me a couple road beers and tell me to go home. Like, hey, man.
Yeah.
You're kind of ruining the vibe.
Hey, not a terrible way to get a couple free beers.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Now I want Taco Bell. Now I'm wandering down your gravy path of just fantasizing about Taco Bell. It's 4:00. I didn't have lunch today. Yeah. I'm jonesing.
They got nacho fries. I don't want to turn you on anymore, but
I think the nacho fries are good, but not like fucking to die for. The seasoning is too close to a curly fry seasoning, which I don't care for.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. Yeah, I am.
Like they're not 1-to-1. They're not exactly that shade of Hulk Hogan orange, but it's close enough. You can see it from there.
It says real American seasoning on the can. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. We got there.
Man, you know what would be a fun like online content thing for you or I to do? Set a goal to get as tan as Hulk Hogan was at his peak tan. What would we look like?
Yikes.
Holy do that before Christmas and don't tell your mom?
Hulk Hogan got so dark that it was nearly racially insensitive. Yeah. Like, it was almost a problem.
Like, if he wasn't so muscular, it'd be worse. Because he was so muscular, he always looked like a boiled beef Frank. Like, he had such a hot dog look.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dye your facial hair super bright, too. God, and never address it. That'd be so insane. Like, is Marlon doing well? I don't know, man. He seems happier than shit. I think he fucking loves this.
Maybe it's just the circumstances of where we were raised or whatever. But, like, I think, like, if any of our dads would have went to a tanning salon, they'd have, like, run them out of town. Like, what are you doing? You know, like... That would have been looked at as being unmanly. Meanwhile, the biggest men you've ever seen on television every week are spending hours a week in the tanning bed.
Tanned and hairless.
Yeah, tanned and waxed and covered in baby oil.
I'm trying to think of a late 80s, early 90s WWE guy that was in good shape that wasn't tan. By a man, they're almost all. You know who's won? Warlord. John Nord.
Sure.
Yeah, or I don't even know that's John Nord. Warlord was never. He was always pale. That's interesting.
Those Demolition Boys weren't overly tan.
Good call. Especially Axe. Yeah, Axe was probably just at an age where he was just, I'm over this. Like,
they'd also looked fucking goofy with like deep brown tans and then white face paint on.
Yeah, good point.
Going back to all the fun concussion talk earlier in this episode, this occurred to me the other day, and I can't get it out of my head now. You know how, like, leading up to this football season, and I think I saw it in the past couple of years. It's recent, but not brand new. You see guys in football practice wearing the really padded helmet, like the helmet with the pads on the outside. Mm-hmm. They wear those because it's safer, right? And not as bad concussion risk.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Why the fuck don't they just wear them in the games then?
Because 22-year-old men make poor choices, is my guess. I think the players would fight it.
Why?
Because they'd look silly.
They would fight to have fewer concussions?
Yeah, I think because they'd look silly in those giant, weird-looking helmets. Yeah, I think they've already shown, like, I think they've had 2 preseasons or, like, 2 years of data. There's significantly less head injuries in practices because of those.
Then why aren't you wearing them in the game?
Yeah. I think the NFL Players Association would fight it.
Because they look silly.
Yeah.
They would vote against their own interests because they think they would look silly.
Just like when the players fought to have the basketball changed back to the original one, even though like all the science shows that the new basketball like released out of your hand better. But they're like,
the synthetic ball.
Yeah, it's like, I worked this hard to get to the NBA. I want to shoot a Wilson. I want the Wilson leather ball. And they listened to the players and went back to it.
Oh, God. It's fucking so insane. I don't know what brought this on, but I saw footage of somebody practicing with one of those. I was like, oh, they're still using those. They must do some good. Yeah. Turns out, yeah, man. They're like
they
way
sure
better.
Do.
But then why don't... Oh, my God. That's like... Oh, I only wear a helmet when I'm riding a motorcycle around my driveway in circles. But once I'm out on the highway, then I just take it off because fuck it, I guess. Yeah. That's like saying you only wear a condom when you're jerking off.
I mean, sometimes that feels good too.
Well, listen, it's not about you focused on the wrong part.
I'm going to get judged in my own home. It's another random players fought it and it got changed in the NBA. I'm just talking about when they fought the basketball and got it changed. Remember when the NBA was really pushing sleeved jerseys, like short sleeve basketball jerseys?
No, but I believe you that happened.
The premise was, there's just a certain group of America that's not going to wear a tank top, like a basketball jersey.
Sure, yeah.
So, why don't we have long sleeve ones? So, I think it was supposed, some teams were wearing them, every game. Some were, once a week. But, LeBron James was a huge, he was against it. He was like, this sucks. I don't want to shoot with sleeves. I don't want any impediment in my arms, And
that makes sense.
I think, have virtually disappeared now. Yeah.
But of course, the league wanted them because they want to move more merch.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like how every team has 11 jerseys now.
Some teams, I feel like Miami and maybe the Lakers did this at some point where it wasn't a tank top. It was more of a sleeveless.
Yeah.
You remember that? It wasn't a strap that went over your shoulder. Yep. It came all the way out to the tip of your shoulder.
That was even during the Kobe Shaq era Lakers. It was almost like a sleeveless V-neck t-shirt. I bet having a beat up old basketball jersey just to wear around the house, doing shit in the yard, probably not a bad way to live.
Well, no, because I don't think they're comfortable. I think that material is uncomfortable.
I don't know if I've ever had one on my nude body. I don't know if I know what they feel like.
Like that, like kind of meshy. I mean, it's not completely unfamiliar than or it's not completely different from like basketball shorts material.
Yeah, I think in my head, I go to the ones we had in junior high. Pretty sure those were made out of wool. So,
oh,
they were very uncomfortable, but I'm sure the technology, I am certain the uniforms we wore were made in the 50s. They were the hand-me-down jerseys.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure ours were the same way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have worn one because I wasn't on the team, but...
Pretty sure the biggest one they had was a boys medium. I'm sure I was a stout 200 pounds. So I looked like a busted up thing of biscuits when I got in the game. Here comes sheet cake.
Just poking out in all these random places. Somebody's got to finger this dike. Get this dough back in the bowl.
Got my shorts pulled up to my ribs. Now I got booty shorts on. Like a little moose knuckle action.
Splitting your bag.
It was a lot. It's a lot to consume for a crowd for the 90 seconds I was in a game.
Oh, he hitched up his drawers and now he's got one nut tucked up under his undergut. That's a bad look.
There's a little bit of underwear leg from some flannel boxers. Not a good thing to play in basketball.
That's bad basketball underwear.
Yeah. Have you ever worn a nut cup in your life?
I think like the very first day of practice in 7th grade junior high football. And then like I bet I pulled that thing out halfway through practice. I don't think I made it through practice.
Yeah.
Before being like, this is the worst thing to wear in the world and no one else is wearing one.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
I remember like in the piece of paper they gave you in junior high for gym class, it said all boys are expected to wear an athletic supporter and, fucking nut cup. I don't know what the proper term for it was. Everyone's like, is anyone gonna do this? Everyone's like, fuck no.
Why would you... In gym class?
Yeah, like what are we gonna do? Like,
is Foursquare that aggressive?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Who's getting hit in the dick and dodgeball all the time? God, I bet like getting hit in a nut cup, well, maybe better than getting your nuts destroyed. Fucking hurts. All that plastic digging up into places it shouldn't be digging. That can't be fun.
Well, and it sucks just for mobility because the edges of the cup cut into your crotch so bad where you're like right in your groin. Like that's, like I said, I bet I made it probably not even halfway through practice that first day before yanking that thing out and hawking it across the field.
Lands in the Dollar General parking lot.
All the older kids were making fun of me in the locker room for wearing this thing anyway, and it sucks. I was literally the only one that showed up that first day with a cup.
Really? Huh? No shit.
I got so much shit. Everybody like, what are you doing?
Trying to protect myself.
Is that so you don't smush your beans against the bench while you're sitting on it, you doughy fuck?
I thought we were teammates.
Oh, that is a mistake to think that in a boys' locker room.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, we should build up, not tear down. They make you eat your nut cup at knife point.
Pull his pants down, shove him into the girls' locker room.
To their credit, the fluid motion they did that with. One guy threw flour in your face to distract you. One guy pulls the pants down. Two guys mule kick you through the door.
Standing in the girls' locker room with your little prepubescent dork and Fuji dust all over your face.
Try to get up and eat shit because your underwear's still tangling you up.
I'm trying. I'm not. Please.
Hit your head on a bench, knock yourself out. Wake up 2 hours later. Black eye still covered in Fuji dust. Going to geography and acting like it didn't happen.
Get detention for being late.
Yeah.
God, the fucking locker room was the worst place in the world just to exist. Like, that's where so much of the bullying happened, or just pranks. Like, like we had those basket lockers meant to like hold a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
That are kind of wire baskets, and then they slide into a larger shelving unit, and then you can put a padlock on. And you were always required to have gym shoes. You know, you had to have a second pair of shoes for gym class, and never failed. Like, as soon as you left that room, the shithead kids you went to school with were like pulling the laces through that basket and like quadruple knotting and burning the fucking ends off so you couldn't unknot your shoes.
Good God.
Like,
yeah.
God damn it. Just nightmare kids. Fucking take your shoes out of the fucking basket and throw them in the shower. Throw all of your clothes in the shower. Like,
or I remember that was when some people were still using aerosol can deodorant. Just dump a half a can of deodorant into some poor soul's tiny locker.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Or take your spray deodorant and make a flamethrower out of it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Forgot about
fire
that.
To one of the smaller boys.
Yeah. As an offering to the coach.
Yeah. Take the ballpoint pen out of your pocket and then fucking put it in your locker and snip the tip off and blow the ink into the locker all over your clothes. Like, the locker room was a terrible fucking place.
God, now that I kind of forgot about that. That was definitely one of when someone mentioned that, oh yeah, everyone 7th through senior is together during football season. I'm like, fuck that. I am not going to that locker room full of fucking homicidal 18-year-olds when I'm 12. Like,
no, it was a bad time all around.
So at the end, you would say that junior high football was a positive experience?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, you know what I learned from junior high football? I don't want to play football.
I don't like this.
Yep. I think they were so shocked when I showed up in 8th grade. Like, why are you back? Why would you do this again? They were right.
If a coach worded it like that, it'd be so great. Why are you doing this again?
Yep.
Like, they don't even know what this is. Like, is this like performance art? Are you making a statement?
Are you fucking with us right now? Is that what you're doing?
Is this political?
Is this a protest?
Is this about the unrest in the Balkans? What are you fighting for? I had to really struggle to think of a world conflict circa 1998.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. Play fucking football. What are you doing?
Did you have to play a bunch?
No, I would get like one pity play every game, like put you in for one play.
Oh, so I was thinking maybe in a school that small, they still relied on you. So like
Oh, they needed everybody they could get.
Yeah.
But I wasn't any good. Yeah. So it was literally a play. I would get a play a game.
What position?
Fat kid. So whichever side of the line you're on. Because everybody plays both sides of the line. So
how do those go for you? Fine.
Terrible. Oh, like I wasn't good at this, David.
I mean, yeah, like I'm just picturing like with football, just fall into them, and at least we probably won't get embarrassed.
Oh yeah, like it was always inconsequential. Like,
yeah,
I never got run over or anything. I just stood up and touched the man across from me and stood there a minute.
And he touched you much harder.
Yeah,
he was
but
very
I never got
angry.
I never got like fucking put on my ass or run over by a beefy fullback or anything. So
that's the thing with playing the line. It ain't like baseball where everyone's watching you strike out. You know?
Right.
You gotta go walk. There's not even a locker room to hide in. It's just a fucking chicken wire fence. They can see you in baseball. That's amazing. That's why baseball's a beautiful game. It makes children realize their expectations or their limitations.
You have to walk back to the dugout in front of everyone.
Yeah. I struck out looking all the time when I was a kid. I'm certain that pitch was low. Why do you want to walk so bad? I was ahead of my time. I was an analytics kid. I fucking loved walks. I don't know why. I just did. It's like I won the battle. Getting a hit's just blind luck.
You're playing fucking Moneyball years before anybody else was.
I'm reading that book. And Bill James has some interesting thoughts about baseball.
Why would I put all the work into swinging when I can stand there and still get on base?
I can just rest my bat down. I don't have to rush.
It's so heavy.
I don't
it's
get
so
sweaty.
heavy when you don't just set it on your shoulder.
Yeah. I wish there was footage of the championship game. I think in the 6th grade where a third of our team went on family vacation. I had to play short and third at the same time. I am 1, left-handed, 2, fat.
That's pretty important positions to stick the fat kid.
Yeah. And the insane thing is that coaching decision worked. He put our best pitcher out there and he put our best first baseman so he would never flub any throws. So it was just strike out everyone and hopefully nothing gets enough shit doesn't get hit hard at Nathan. We can make this work. God, yeah, that was a wreck of a, that was like one of the only like high stakes sporting events I was ever a part of where I was on the field. And that was also not by design. There were far better kids that should have been playing. But they were
nobody's first choice was to have you play.
There must have been some kind of fucking hotel special at Medora. Every family was eating pitchfork fondue.
I love that this championship baseball game meant so little to everyone that they all just decided to skip it.
No shit. You know, now that I think about it, I think it was a lot of the scrub kids that didn't care. So, but like, you know, eventually you need them or you just don't have the men, you know. Like,
you still have to field a team.
I think we had to come to some agreement with the other team that they would catch. No, we had some rando older kid catch for us. That's what it was. It was a real fucking ragtag operation.
Who sanctioned this? What sports governing body sanctioned this?
Whoever mowed lawns at the park that summer.
Because this sounds like a Sandlot game.
Yeah, it was not. It was a Sandlot game where they handed out T-shirts with a local business name on it. I was usually always Team Great Plains for the lumberyard in town.
Small town lumberyard children's baseball.
Boy, that was always fun to have to list when they had to ask what shirt size you wore. It's like, that's the size my dad wears. Well.
Come here, I want to whisper it. Yeah. I want to say it.
Oh, you're just asking
I'm still
for
like
it.
that.
Yeah. How about I write it on this piece of paper and fold it up and hand it to you? Maybe you can wait till you're at home to read it.
Yeah.
Teacher puts it on the overhead projector.
Look at all these X's.
Jessica, how many of your T-shirts do you think it takes to make one of Nathan's? 7.5. This is a good
Calculate
chance.
the surface area as a math exercise.
Just gonna say, this is the perfect time to learn about surface area. Remember we talked about square footage?
You had just been gassing yourself up to ask Jessica out.
Yeah.
And
I'm hiding the flowers that I brought. Veronica's t-shirt is 8.6 square feet. Nathan's is 39.8. That's almost 5 full shirts.
you can buy tarps smaller than that. I don't want to do this exercise anymore. We know you don't want to exercise anymore. No, that's...
You misunderstood me on purpose.
What? Boy, this teacher sucks. This teacher's a dick.
Where did this lady come from?
Why did she hate fat children so much?
No one recognizes her last name. I don't know where she lives.
Oh, shit.
Phew, fun memories.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They made us who we are.
Yeah, boy, did it. Still trying to fix
fat.
it. Eating feelings.
That's the lesson we learned early and haven't been able to shake since.
You know who will never tease you? Zesta. Delicious saltines. Try dip them in honey. Couldn't hurt.
You know who's never pulled your pants down and pushed you into the girls' locker room? Them nice Keebler fudge elves. They would never.
They're just busy baking cookies for you.
For you.
They don't even eat the cookies, Marlon. Every cookie they eat's one less you can eat.
Teddy Grahams would never hurt your feelings.
Have you heard of T.G. Bear Witches?
Oh, shit. Whew.
God, you think they still make Teddy Grahams?
I bet they do. Kids still like graham crackers. I think that's still a staple in a kid's diet.
As a fat guy, the one fat guy food I rarely indulge in at a grocery store is like the processed cookie aisle.
The Oreo aisle, yep.
Yep. Not that I don't like an Oreo, clearly. Not that I don't like a Chips Ahoy, clearly. But I just never think of purchasing them.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I often have a package of Oreos in my cupboard or my pantry, because I have a pantry now. I usually have a pack of Oreos in there just as a, like, someone will eat these, you know? If once you've got the storage space, I have learned, you just buy things at the grocery store just to have on hand.
Yeah. And I bet there is no natural ingredient in an Oreo, so they'll last forever.
Oreo's also in a fucked up place right now because they have started putting less cream in the normal Oreos. So the normal Oreos now don't have enough cream, but the double stuffed have too much cream. I have I'm in a bad place with Oreo right now.
Have you reached out to your congressperson yet?
I need to send some emails. Like, this is bullshit.
Your before and after pictures, both of you and of the cookies. I've had some Oreos, this would have been like last year, eating some Oreos and being like, is there less cream in this? Or is this like a, they're just not as good as you remember, nostalgia bites you kind of thing? Looked it up. Nope. They're putting less in there. It's real. So Look at you, educated consumer over there.
Yeah, I did my own research. I got to the bottom of it. But I'm not going to fight it that hard because I don't care that much, because I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I think that a Nutter Butter is 100 times the cookie that a fucking Oreo is anyway.
I can't argue with you. I mean, it ain't as big of a gap for me, but I love a Nutter Butter.
Yeah, I think Nutter Butter is the superior cookie, and it's not even close.
I think I've discussed the casino I went to in Montana a decade ago that had complimentary Nutter Butters, Hydrox cookies, and Jolly Ranchers. What a combo to throw in your mouth all at once. I
Just
bet.
eating some nice crunchy cookies, then come down on that Jolly Rancher.
I would wish there was like a stat line from my night. I had of drinking 19 Dixie cups of Coors Light, because that's what they had, was one Coors Light tap. I bet I ate 4,000 calories in complimentary snacks. I ate enough fucking Hydrox cookies to like feel nauseous. Like, it's like this is.
Are you sure this was a casino and not just somebody's Quonset that you were in?
Montana, you got to put Montana casinos in a big fucking air quote. It's the size of a bar. It's like it's a bar with slot machines in it. That's all. That's what they call a casino. They don't have big casinos like, every state's laws are different. And the best thing about this place is that Tahiti nights or Maui nights always ran by a disinterested goth girl. Like, always someone with purple hair and way too much eye makeup that is just fucking over it. Just
Lady, you don't have to do this.
Yeah. And when we once had the same woman back-to-back summers, but we don't mean some friends that always go to Missoula every summer. One time it was the same lady, and she remembered us. Do you know how fucking boring your work has to be to remember? Like, it's not like we're starting the fucking bathroom garbage cans on fire. We're just like, we're not alone, which is different than almost everyone that walks in there. And one, we occasionally laugh.
They remember you because you're the only ones who walked in there with friends.
Yeah. Well, you guys sure drank a lot of beer last time. It's like, holy fuck, this place is uneventful.
It was 4 years ago.
Yep. The biggest win on any of the machines you can hit is $100.
Ooh, big
right?
city living.
Yeah, right? I mean, so obviously you can't gamble as much, but Jesus, you got to make your own fun if $100 is the grand prize. Like,
no kidding.
Like,
you got to see how many Hydrox cookies you can
eat. I'm going to get a side game going. Like, how many Nutter Butters do you think that guy will eat before he falls off that stool?
How many Hydrox cookies can I get in my mouth at the same time and then just let my saliva create some manner of Oreo slurry that I sip on the rest of the night?
If I chew, I'm DQ'd. Holy, what a thing to witness. Yeah, just the saliva slowly breaking it down.
Oh, God.
You get 3 swallows to choke down that Hydrox slurry. One.
Oh, I didn't like the head movement that came with that sound.
That's why we do this on camera.
Yeah. That's why we don't release the video.
Yeah. Until some weirdo wants to pay for it. Whew. Cookie tales.
Ooh. As much as I love a Nutter Butter, my favorite cookie and the thing I go down that aisle in the grocery store for the most often is a motherfucking wafer cookie.
Really?
Yeah, the long stick with like the layers of wafer and cream.
No shit. Mm-hmm. Man. Did you spend a lot of time with your grandparents growing up?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, that adds up.
I love those goddamn wafer cookies so much. Vanilla or lemon. Those are the winners. Vanilla
Holy
and
shit.
lemon.
Someone born in the 30s influenced this decision.
those styrofoam ass wafers and that way too sweet cream in the middle.
Holy shit, I'm picturing you on the football bus opening up your lunch. And you got little grandma cookies and little finger sandwiches. Is this chicken spread? Is this deviled ham?
Is this ham salad? Yeah.
The lettuce is rough on the roof of my mouth.
Oh God, I love ham salad too. Actually, fuck.
You're dipping your little toasts, your little pre-toasted toasts in your ham salad. You know, in England, they call these biscuits. Get the fuck off this bus.
Pull his pants down. Throw him out the emergency door.
May I wrap my ham salad in tinfoil first?
I have had a ham salad sandwich within the past week. That's 100% a thing that's happened.
Oh boy, good stuff.
Ham salad is a weird pairing of words.
Are you buying it pre-mixed or you making it on your own? Or
I have made it on my own, but it was an impulse buy at the grocery store going through their deli.
Okay. You know what? You do you. Who am I to judge?
That's right. Who are you to judge?
Ham salad it up.
This could be my new stage name.
Yeah. That's a great name for a stripper. Hitting the stage. God help us all. Ham salad.
God help us all. It's an amazing thing to be in a stripper's intro.
It's that Silent Hill alarm noise.
Or the Kill Bill siren.
It's louder than the rest of the girls' music.
Just air raid horn.
The other stripper isn't off the stage. Ham salad comes out and short arm clotheslines her.
Just barreling out there. Looking like Maurice Jones-Drew. Just knocking strippers over.
Yeah.
God help us all. Ham salad.
Got eye black on like a football player.
Oh, fuck me. That's funny. Ham salad and wafer cookie. That's what we're rebranding ourselves as.
Man, I'm hungry too. I don't know if I'm going to delve into the ham salad into the pool, but I need to eat something.
Oh, God, I'm in the same boat. I haven't eaten in fucking 8 hours at this point. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I fucked up.
What do you think?
Welcome, by the way, to America's Barley Basket episode, I don't know, 170 something.
Yeah, that sounds right. 173?
Yeah. We got a long way in that time.
Yeah, we sure did. I was just going to ask if it was ham sandwich time or ham salad time.
What always happens is I think to myself, okay, don't forget to do the intro, and then I forget to do the intro. I keep looking for a place to wedge it in, and then eventually I give up.
Like your sex life. Hey-o.
Hey-yo.
Look at us. Hour and a half in. Still got it.
From downtown.
Wedge it in. That's what the ladies like to hear.
Yeah, they like to be wedged.
I mean, there's so many. There's places I could wedge it where it won't just be a mild inconvenience for you. Just put your feet together.
Oh, man. So, there is a listener somewhere who just had their heart palpitate just a second. Like, ooh.
Sending you Polaroids of women with bound feet.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
What do you figure? Take her home?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll do this again next week.
We're running on ham fumes. We got to pull the plug. Our ham levels are dangerously low.
Got all your check engine lights going off in your head.
That'd be awesome. Your house growing up, ham salad was like the cure-all. Like you got an upset stomach, spoonful of ham salad.
Oh,
you got a sunburn.
I gotta stay home from school today. No, your mom just shoves a big fucking a serving spoon of ham salad in your
Just
mouth.
a dollop of ham salad on a bee sting.
Rubbing it on your sunburn.
It smells like ham in here.
Holy shit.
Some kind of offshoot of Christian Science. You're the Hamites.
Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, I could go for a ham salad and wafer cookies. That'd make a good meal right now.
Yeah, look at that little finger food.
That's not what I'm gonna eat right now. I just need to be clear. That's not what I'm gonna eat.
You don't need to have your family check in on you.
I'm eating better than that these days. So, but not this past week. Like I said, it's been within a week. I ate a fucking ham salad.
You've indulged.
And I didn't eat worth a damn going down to the cities for your birthday party and back. You can eat healthy at a gas station. It takes a little extra work, but you can do it. And I did not.
Ate a pizza serving the size of a shoebox. That's some dense pizza.
That was good pizza, though.
Yeah, agreed.
What was that place called? Rectangle Pizza in Minneapolis?
There you go, yeah. Big old square pizza.
Detroit style? Is that what they call that?
That's what I heard it described as.
Real thick crust, deep, crunchy around the edges, square or rectangular.
So does that mean Chicago and Detroit style pizza are the same? Because that's what I picture Chicago style pizza being too.
No, that's not what deep dish pizza is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, deep dish pizza, first of all, is round. But like deep dish pizza, imagine that it is that thick, but it's not the dough that's that thick. It's the toppings that go down that far to a crust on the bottom.
Okay.
Like, Chicago deep dish pizza is like eating lasagna.
I'm just going to say it's a pizza lasagna, yeah.
Yeah.
Which won't hear me complain.
No, it's good. We got to stop talking about food. I got to go eat.
Yeah. Got visible food boners on the Patreon right now.
We're going to do, let me check this calendar, actually, because we're about done with this horse shit.
Back to our regular horse shit.
Back to our regularly scheduled horse shit.
Tried and true horse shit.
Yeah. Next week will be the last one of these before we're talking about Simpsons again.
Fucking wild. So alert your family.
Yep. Either we're sorry because you like this kind of thing, or get ready for the stuff that you like to come back.
Yeah.
Whichever camp you're in.
You and your loved ones nestle around your listening device to hear the final non-Simpsons podcast for the next several months.
I don't know about several months.
Yeah, good point.
There's only 22 episodes, so like the next handful of weeks anyway.
We'll do the math. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we'll tackle it, but we'll figure it out.
We're smart.
In the meantime, I'm watching goddamn horror movies because it's October. It's October 1st as we record this today.
Oh, how many have you knocked out?
One.
Oh, yeah.
1st.
Yeah. But is the goal usually to kind of get ahead of the calendar?
If I can, yeah. Sometimes I'm able to, sometimes not. I was not this time around. It snuck up on me. It's October. It snuck up on me.
What have you watched so far?
I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
Oh. I don't know.
It was good. Like 4 out of 5. Like, yep, I like this. It's, I don't know. I think the front half is too much Texas, not enough chainsaw massacring. But once it jumps off, it jumps all the way off. Yeah. That's for sure.
You don't see much actual chainsaw massacring in that movie.
No, not a lot. There's only a couple of chainsaw-related murders in that movie.
But yeah, it's... I don't need to wax on about how much I enjoy that movie. I've done that enough on this podcast. But yeah, it's a good one. My favorite horror movie.
Really?
Yep, that's my favorite horror movie.
I bet it doesn't break my top 50 probably, but it's good.
Your top 50 chainsaw-related horror movies?
No, my top 50 Texas-related horror movies. But it is good. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, you can go watch the video I put up on TikTok.
There you go. Run, don't walk.
Because that's the thing I do now is put videos on TikTok. I'm 38.
So
I finally just accepted it and quit fighting it. Like, hey man, you want anybody ever to see a fucking stand-up clip of yours? Just fucking get on TikTok. What are you doing?
A couple of one movie review, one thirst trap, one movie review, one thirst trap. It's a proven formula.
Oh, yeah. That's why I got to get out of here and get some ham salad in me because I got photos to take, you know?
You gotta be gaunt when you're, oops, you caught me getting out of the shower again.
Just
camera below your feet as you're drying off. Holy fuck, I ain't gonna tell you what to watch,
but that's a tough one.
If that's your thing, you should be put down.
Go take some boudoir photos of me eating a ham salad sandwich and nothing but a T-bar.
You mean T-bar like the thing that carries you around at a ski lodge?
What? No, not at all. Like,
I'm picturing you skis, stocking hat goggles, nothing else, eating a ham salad sandwich on a T-bar.
I mean, that is funnier. That is funnier than what I had.
You got to give him credit, the work that went into this photo shoot. He apparently rented a ski lodge.
There's not even snow on the ground.
You did it like gorilla style, just dropped trowel. Give me that sandwich.
Clearly trespassing at the ski lodge. The grass is green. All right, one more of these next week, everybody. You can find us online on what is it? Barley Basket USA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm on TikTok at Marlon Wells. You can come find me over there. And Nathan's around.
Yeah, if you're interested, you can find me on Instagram.
You got an easily Googleable name.
Yeah, I weirdly got Nathan Comedy on Instagram. I can't believe that wasn't taken.
Weird,
right? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That's super weird.
Yeah, like I couldn't. I remember when I typed it in, I was like, "Huh, this is available." Okay, like
it's an extremely common name.
Yeah. But, well, on that note, it is fucking ham time. I'm getting double
we'll
vision.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone.